Good morning, my people. My name is Chief Strongblood. I am St. Vincent and the Grenadines' favorite and most hated son. I am the diaspora magician, my people. All in all, it was another beautiful day for a protest, and I enjoyed every moment of my protest. Let me first remind you, the front of my site says, I don't want the white man's money, the white man's woman, the white man's friendship, and or the white man's faith. And the reverse of my sign says, white man, why have you enslaved the African American? All in all, it was a beautiful day for protest. There is nothing particularly interesting that I should bring to your attention as it relates to my protest. And as you know, when I have protested and I've finished updating you as to what transpired while I protested, it is always my pleasure and my delight to bring you something of a social nature as it relates to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. When I was a child, once my father, Hamilton Palmer, the greatest father the world have ever seen, wanted to teach me a lesson. So he decided to tell me the story of the fox and the scorpion. Let me bring that story to your attention, because I want to tie it into something that is very important that is happening in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Once, a scorpion and a fox was at the bank of a river, and both of them want to get to the other side. The fox has the ability to swim, so he decided he is going to swim across the river. So when he jumped into the river, the scorpion called him and said, Mr. Fox, why don't you give me a ride across to the other side of the river? Mr. Fox said to the scorpion, listen to me, I know you. If I give you a ride, you are going to sting me, and both of us are going to die in this river. I cannot trust you. And the scorpion pleaded with the fox, and he said, no, Mr. Fox, I promise on my life that I will not sting you. The scorpion pleaded, and he persuaded the fox that he will not sting him. So the fox said, okay, Mr. Scorpion, I take your word. I want you to jump on my back, and I will take you across to the other side of the river. So the scorpion jumped on the fox's back, and the fox was swimming across the river, and he was speaking to the scorpion to keep him occupied. And when the fox reached to the point when he was about to get up on the bank of the other side of the river, the scorpion stung him. The fox said to the scorpion, Mr. Scorpion, you promised and you broke your promise. You promised you will not sting me. Now both of us are going to die in this river. And the scorpion looked at him and says, well, how can you trust me? It is in my nature to sting. I couldn't resist the urge. Then the fox says, now both of us are going to die. And as the story ended, both the fox and the scorpion died. The fox died from the venom, and the scorpion died from drowning. For those of you who have been regularly looking at my readers' video, you will know that I told you that the Caucasians are the seeds of Lucifer. They are the direct descendants of Satan. And I told you that they have powers that is outside of our ability to understand. They can put thoughts in our heads, and they have the ability to make us believe that the thoughts that they have placed into our heads subliminally is our thoughts. They feed on us. Yes, they derive some form of nutrients from our fecal matter. They have some methods of which they are able to feed on us. And the way you know if a Caucasian is feeding on you is that when you hear a person in the toilet going number 2, it sounds like if they are triggering off a shotgun, a machine gun. Most of us will never understand this because we have never become that spiritual where these things are revealed to us. I am telling you that Ralph Gonsalves is no different than the Caucasians that is found here. He has the same demonic powers that where he can manipulate the thought of those people around him. And he feeds on those people. If you notice, he is always looking for young men in particular to surround himself with. And he gives you the impression that these young men are there to learn from him, but they can't learn anything from him because he has nothing to teach anyone. Those young men can teach him. He surrounds himself with those young men because he is feeding upon them. If you notice, when Glenn Jackson was a youth, he had Glenn Jackson around him. He had Hans King, Soboto Caesar, Lute Brown, and all of these guys. Orlando Brewster. He always surrounds himself with young men. And that is because he feeds on them. And like the scorpion, feeding on them is not enough. He always has to induce them into homosexuality and make them his slave, because that is his nature. Let me tell you something. For the past several years, twice a year, Ralph Gonsalves will visit California. And his visit to California was to come to California and have Richard Ross arrange for him to feed on me. I don't know how to do it. And ever so often, I will come up with a way to prevent him from feeding on me. And when you look at those videos, those press conferences that he did, to update the nation as to what transpired when he was away, he is always revived and strong and healthy with clear mind. And when you see him, where he is under the weather and forgetting things, is when I was unable to prevent him from feeding on me when he visited California. I prayed and I prayed and I asked the Most High God to show me how to stop him or them from feeding on me. And I came up with it several times, but it was too simple. And I thought, no, that can't be it. But this last time when he left on his trip, you see how he come back? Forgetting things, speaking things that he shouldn't be speaking about. He says David Ames was never issued a Vincent's passport, and now we come back and say David Ames had a Vincent's passport. He's confused because this time the Most High God showed me how to prevent him from feeding on me when he comes to California. That is why his memory is fading. Now, Richard Ross and the others has the assignment to try to come up with a demonic solution where he can come back to California and feed on me and start restoring his mental capacity again. They will never get one, because the Most High showed me this long before, how to prevent him from feeding on me, how to prevent the Caucasians in general from feeding on me. But it was so simple. But now, he showed me with no emphatic terms that this is the only way. They can try all they want to try. He will never get the opportunity to feed him again. Let us watch the decay of Ralph Gonsalves in plain sight. My name is Chief Strongblood. Like the scorpion. The scorpion always want to sting It is his nature. So we destroy Glenn Jackson. He destroyed Hans King. Turn all of them into homosexuals. Luke Brown, Suboto Caesar, Orlando Brewster. They may not be practicing homosexuals, but he induced them into homosexuality, and that is all it takes for him to control them. Look at Suboto Caesar bald head. Let me tell you something. You can never get a bald head unless you have participated in homosexuality. It does not matter who you see walking around with bald head and the level of respect they command within the community. You will never get a bald head unless you partake in homosexuality, and tell them that I say that. You will never see me receding, you will never see me balding. And anyone, but guess what? There is other signs. But that is not for you to know right now. My name is Chief Strongblood. Like this video, share this video, leave a comment, and subscribe either to the page or to the channel, depending on where you're watching this. My name is Chief Strongblood. I am St. Vincent and the Grenadines' favorite and most hated son, the diaspora machismo. Talk to you on Monday. Happy weekend, everyone.